Okay, I am trying this one last time. Hi, Lindsay. It's Monday, September 27th. And you may notice from the eyesight camera and the pillow and my voice that I am very, very sick today. But I wanted to answer your question from last week and also congratulate you on finishing your first punishment. So, here goes. Last week you asked what could I remember from our childhood that has become obsolete in the recent years. And there are a few things. I wanted to be funny and show you my Tamagotchi, but it's so far away and I don't want to move. So Tamagotchis and Gigapets and like Neopets and all those little pet things that you used to have to like take care of. You don't see kids walking around these days like, I have to feed my Tamagotchi, hold on. Those were a lot of fun though, and I liked them. Also, floppy disks. No one uses floppy disks anymore. Everything's on CD, and we've actually started transitioning to DVD-ROMs. It's so huge that we can't fit them on CDs anymore. Also, audio tapes. You don't really see audio tapes being sold in stores anymore, and no cars have tape decks, except like people with really old cars, but even they like usually swap them out for a CD player. And on the same kind of note, I was having a conversation with our younger cousins a few months ago, and we were talking about our favorite movies, and I was relating the story of how when I was like 13 or 14, I watched The Mummy and The Mummy Returns so many times that I actually wore out the tapes, and they looked at me all confused and were like, what's a tape? And I actually had to take the time to explain what a VHS tape was, which just boggles the mind because they were what we watched things on. Like, DVDs are relatively recent in comparison. And, you know, like, I didn't start collecting DVDs until, like, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe. Which actually it makes it kind of sad when you look at my DVD collection, because it's kind of big. You know, we used to go into, like, video stores and all those places, and they would have the signs that said, be kind, rewind, because you'd have to rewind them before you brought them back in. And you always got, every once in a while, a tape that hadn't been rewound. And, you know, you had to rewind it yourself. And we had that little machine that you'd stick the tape in, and then it would rewind the tape for you, and you wouldn't have to rewind it in your VCR, which I always enjoyed playing with. But besides those devices, the only thing I could think of that's become almost obsolete in the last few years is good children's television. The shows from when we were kids, I feel like they had so much more substance than the shows that kids watch nowadays. Like The Secret Life of Alex Mack, Are You Afraid of the Dark, The Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, Clarissa Explains It All, Pete and Pete, Brotherly Love, Boy Meets World, all those awesome shows that we used to watch as little kids, and they just don't have shows with that kind of, like, storyline, I don't think, anymore. The only show on nowadays that I will give some credence to is iCarly, because at least it tells kids that you can create things, like, online and stuff, as opposed to, like, Hannah Montana. That tells kids it's okay to have multiple personalities. So, yeah, that's really all I could think of for an answer to your question. Anyway, in other news, we were discussing the other day about how even though your punishment video was 4 minutes and 1 second, I'm not going to punish you because you were doing a punishment. So we are going to instate the rule that if you are doing a punishment, your video can be more than 4 minutes, because sometimes our punishments, I think, will take more than 4 minutes to do, and we don't want to cut out any of the embarrassing stuff. It would just not be as fun. So that's pretty much it for me today. I'm going to go back to not moving or thinking or doing anything and just trying to feel better. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.